Practice run.
How are you?
And wheeling the toolbox. So it gives them a little quicker, more efficient time to capitalize on issues or opportunities and get basically coordination for all of these different tools and make them happen. So now we're going to talk a little bit about IMBA Ride Centers. So occasionally in working with all these different clubs and all these different situations and pulling out all these tools, we get to the spot where we finally realize that there's some clubs that are just above and beyond other clubs and have really gotten good at taking these tools and working in their communities. And because of that, we've created what we call IMBA Ride Centers. So let's skip back here. So after speaking about how HBT utilized IMBA, I thought I would also just give an example of how other stakeholders can use IMBA. Basically, what does this mean to land managers, tourism officials, and business owners? How can they also utilize IMBA in this partnership? IMBA can facilitate partnerships between volunteer-based organizations, public land agencies, foundations, business interests, and the bicycle industry to create robust riding opportunities that will fill your parks, your shops, your restaurants, plus keep your kids active and your community healthy. A perfect example of this is the IMBA Ride Center. So after 20 plus years of working on trails, planning and developing and across the globe, IMBA recognized that some well-organized clubs have the opportunity to go beyond just putting trails on the ground. They have the opportunity to use those trails to positively influence their communities as a whole. So IMBA decided to embark on an initiative to showcase what we viewed as model trail systems. Model trail systems offer the best in riding and community partnerships. These models, IMBA Ride Centers, I actually like to think of the ride centers that they're hitting what I call the three tenets of sustainability: environmental, social, and economic. Environmental in the fact that they mean purpose-built, environmentally friendly trails, and also conservation of green spaces. Social in the fact that they give community benefits and a healthy activity for people to recreate, and it also motivates kids to be very active. Lastly, economic, because the Ride Center is a big draw that brings cycling tourists in from around the region, the country, and possibly the world. So of the 8 ride centers currently being created in the US, 2 are in the Midwest. One is in northeastern Minnesota, and it's called the Cuyuna Lakes Ride Center. And the second is right here in La Crosse, and it's being called the Driftless Area Regional Ride Center. And that's kind of the big news today, is the fact that between IMBA and HBT partnered and came up with $20,000 and actually finished a management plan for the Ride Center, and it's actually done today, and we have copies of it so you can come and check it out. So this is just a kind of a map of the Ride Center itself. So kind of the idea here is to create a spot where people can come. They have 3 days plus of the best, most sustainable, and most fun mountain biking that they can do. And then on top of that, they have a great place to stay, a great place to get a beer, a great place for entertainment. Most of the ride centers are actually destination-based, or a single destination. In this case, it's actually a regional destination. So what we're trying to do is get all these small communities around the kind of the Mississippi River Valley that all have some of the best terrain, I think. I've ridden all over the world, and now I'm working for them in 5 states. I work with 73 clubs, and I still say that this place has the best opportunity for mountain biking, definitely in the Midwest. So at this point, we have great riding in La Crosse. So we need to get all of these other communities and all of the other people to partner in this initiative and get behind. If your town is on this map, if you're in Winona, or if you're in Trempealeau, or if you're in Vernon County, actually there's already some trails starting in Vernon County, Wyalusing, Prairie du Chien, all those places, we want to get everyone on board and create this great opportunity for mountain biking in this area. So that's sort of my conclusion at this point, is basically come join us. We need more partners. If you feel strongly about having a healthier community, active children, and a stronger economy, come join us. You can start by joining IMBA and the Wisconsin Bicycle Federation. If you live in the neighborhood of the Driftless Area Regional Ride Center, you can get involved in making sure your communities get behind this initiative. Inform your local governments and offices of tourism about it, and of course, join HBT if you're in this area. And if you're not, please get a hold of IMBA or HBT if you have any ideas on other riding opportunities. We'd love to hear about them. And lastly, buy your bikes and gear from shops and manufacturers that support cycling advocacy. Thanks for listening. So next I'd like to introduce Kevin Hartman, the Executive Director for the Bicycle Federation of Wisconsin.
Thank you, Hansi. Boy, I knew I was in the right place as all of you started rolling in, and the crowd got bigger and bigger, and had a variety of conversations out there, and no less than 4 people said to me, and I'm paraphrasing, but it was essentially the same, boy, it's really nice to be here, look at this crowd, but gosh, it's nice outside, I kind of wish I was outside riding. And yeah, it is nice. And as also has been touched on, we're all bicyclists of many forms.